Cigar review number 4, the Partagas Gigante. It's their 60 ring gauge, 6-inch cigar. I already removed the label right here. It is the non-Cuban brand. Notice that the non-Cuban brand kind of copied the red and black label of the Cuban brand, probably to try to scoop up some market share. So Partagas makes this. They, of course, non-Cuban brand, started in 1978 making these. Originally started making them in Jamaica before they moved to the Dominican, which is where they're made today. Partagas is actually owned by the General Cigar Company, that's owned by a Scandinavian group that's based in Denmark. So really weird how these kind of tropical cigars are owned by a company in Denmark. But the same company owns Magnuto, Punch, Cohiba, Diesel, Temple Hall, a bunch of others. You know, probably 30 different cigar brands. But they did a great job. It's a good cigar. Just looking at it, it's got the Medio Tiempo wrapper, which is kind of hard to define, actually. It's a wrapper that's left on the tobacco plant for about 50% longer than others, which is why you get this really nice dark color, similar to that Oscuro or a Maduro color. But it's not the same. If you want more information, I could make another video or just Google it to see the difference between that type of wrapper and Ligero or Corona or Oscuro. There's some minute differences, but essentially it's just a really dark, beautiful wrapper. One interesting thing about the cigar, it's really soft. I mean, it's a little oily, a little soft. It just feels good in your hand, which isn't something I would normally say in a review, but it's pleasant to hold. It almost looks like a chocolate bar. You do just want to eat it. Don't eat it. I get notes of chocolate, some nutty flavor, maybe some cinnamon in there, just big dark notes. It looks similar to that Punch that I reviewed the other day. It's almost the exact same size. I think it's a 1/4 inch shorter, really about almost the exact same color. I did compare the two side by side in my humidor. It just smokes different. It is a lot mellower. When you're done with that Punch, you're sitting on the floor. And what's funny is a lot of websites rated the Punch as medium to full and rated this as full. And referring back to my other video, full-bodied and strength is not the same thing, but this is just not as big, dark, and rich as that Punch. And I think that's a good thing. This is a cigar that I could smoke, like I'm doing today, outside when I haven't eaten lunch yet. And maybe I will regret that in half an hour. But with that Punch, I would definitely regret it. I, in fact, would already be feeling sick had I smoked that Punch like I'm doing with this one. It's not a super long-lasting cigar. They did use some of that slower burning leaf just for the wrapper, but I don't think they used a lot of it. So it's burning a lot faster than that Punch would burn under similar conditions. I've been smoking it for 20 minutes, and I mean, I look to be about halfway done with it. So a little bit shorter review today. It was just a little bit of history on Partagas, of course, non-Cuban brand. They do make excellent cigars. They are one of my favorite manufacturers, and they don't really tend to subcontract like Monte Cristo and others do. They make their own, and they do a great job. So that's review number 4. One challenge that I would say, and not really a challenge, more of an ask, if you have topics that you want me to talk about, maybe there's a B, cigars and health, and I'm not a doctor, but cigars and health, when to smoke, how to light a cigar. Right? I start my reviews with a cigar lit. Today I did a horrible way of lighting the cigar because I couldn't find any of my half-dozen butane torches, so I used a lighter that supposedly is made for cigars, but it did a terrible job. So any other topics you want me to cover, let me know, and I would love to make a video addressing some of those specific topics. Again, thank you so much.